Oh crap! I just thought that I'm live, but it doesn't matter. Yet we're gonna in. Got Solaris Skunkworks open because I need to do. Start with the LCAF Veto Lamb. Of course, SSW is slow as well, it's very slow. Not gonna say any bad words at the start of a stream, but yeah, it is not the fastest of somewhere. All right, Locust Veto Lamb, very basic, 25 ton, 812-8, double eat sink, endo steel mech, making sure that you've got one slot open in each side torso and one slot open each legs, so you can do the Veto Lamb gimmick. I mean, 2 small X-Pulse laser and an ER medium laser is not a lot of firepower in a 25-ton mech, but it would be half decent against infantry, and the fact that it's very mobile and can turn into an helicopter would probably make it a fairly decent design. The Clan Elors version of the same thing is a little bit different. We're just for it to doing some mech lab stuff while we're waiting for people to filter it. I just need to post that tomorrow on the website, so I just want to make sure that I have it up and ready. 812-8 again, Endo, Excel engine, Clan ferrofibrous armor, 3.5 ton of it. It's the same as a regular Locust. It would be fairly light. Med Pulse, 2 AP Gauss, and a AP Gauss rounds. Again, the same kind of rules apply. Don't think this would be a very fantastic mech either. But as a proof of concept for the Veto Lamb, I don't think it's a bad mech in its own rights. I've got my Firefly Veto Lamb here. I shared that in a few chats already for some people to see. That was a bit of a different take. It's not a scout as the Locust would be, even in its different configuration. Light fusion instead of the XL. Case 2 on the MML ammo and MML5 instead of an LRM5. 3 ER medium lasers. There's nothing super fancy about it. I had to take out the anti-missile to make sure that I have 3.5 tons remaining on a 35-ton mech. Just like the regular Lamb, I go with a mech that's a little bit heavier than the standard, just so we can get things moving. I'll have to go and edit those TXT files before I post them online, because I'll have to just correct it to make sure that they're Veto Lamb, basically, for people to look at. All right, Ice Storm. The Ice Storm is the first one that's not a chicken walker that I've done as a Veto Lamb. I mean, the rules of constructions are the same. The speed dropped from 12.18 to 10.15. So 10.15.10 on a 30-ton mech is still stupidly fast. Gives you a 300 engine on a on a 30-ton mech. 1/3 of the weight basically goes to the engine. If I look at the critical roles, I could almost go and put an XXL engine and just be, embrace the stupidity of it. And I discussed with Galaxy Commander of the Galaxy of the Ghost Bear that we probably could put a heavy large instead of the ER medium. You really lose on the range and you gain, honestly, don't gain that much. I think an ER medium laser is a little bit more bang for your buck. If we try to put a XXL on there, you'd be saving an extra 2.5 ton. And I still need to have 3 tons of space left. I'd have 3 tons of leeway. An XXL. I have to move here. This there. And I'd almost. I need to have always a free slot in left and right torso. Yeah, the price goes skyrocket because of the XXL engine. It's meant to be for Clan L Ors. ATMs take too much room, but I wanted to. Greek SRM4, how big is that? It's 1 crit. I could still set it where I need it to ed. That there. Phase 2. We'll have a 1.5 tons of leeway here, which could be used for silly things. Like going back to a regular gyro, but now let's be silly. Let's actually be. Oh yeah, the XXL engine ends up taking up generating a lot of E. I'm not worth it. I'm never a huge fan of the XXL engines in general. Not only are they freakishly expensive, they're even more risky than a regular engine, a regular XL engine, and it doesn't. It rarely pays off. I feel it rarely pays off for what it's supposed to. I could swap the S3 SRM2 for something else. The regular Ice Storm is a regular SRM2. This one here, I went with a streak. It's a little bit better. A little bit odd, but it's not a awful design, I guess. I'll just export it as such and hope for the best. There's still at least 1 or 2 helicopters I haven't posted, but I just decided to do those Veto Lambs for this week. It's a fun thing to just mess with. I think having that Veto Lamb and a bunch of new Lamb mechs, things like that, it just helps us build on what's already in BattleTech, but it gives us something to back ourselves up, let's say, just to say that we're actually producing something for the fandom in general. And we're producing what we can here. Obviously, Minis is building his Resurgence storyline for Ilkan. You've got Elkite that's doing his Infernal / Celestial 2Cs. There's a few things in the works. There's a few people doing all sorts of other weird tech things We had someone posting the improved mech tasers, things like that. So we're trying to get stuff going. The problem is not a whole lot of us are artistically talented, let's say. We're not good at making the drawings, but we're good at making the writing and making the tech behind it. I just proofread a story for someone today, first chapter of a little story he's writing, and it worked pretty well. Is it the best thing I've ever read? No. Is it the worst thing I've ever read? Definitely not either. It was better than, without question, that's for sure. I'm not sure if I will post a without question review. I don't want to. They're a long hair girl. Oh no, it's pigtails. No, I'm not. Yeah, pigtails. I'm not sure I'm going to do the review for without question on my channel because it feels like drama is overwrought right now. There is a bit of, and we got into it yesterday with McFrog and Big Red on David Vivas's Discord. I have nothing to apologize for because let's face it, if you're going to take access, we're going to call you out for taking access. Nothing special there. Hey, chicken. Who knows how this run is going to go? Of course, if I press the wrong buttons, it's not going to whelp. As usual, every run is different. The randomizer in Stardew Valley is rather special. And I remember doing one game where a summer I had felt like about a third of the days it was raining. And then my other game I'm doing with Mike from Canmore, I think I've got 2 rainy days in all of summer. To the mines we go. Slower than usual. Oh no, slower than my best. I didn't put a usual. Okay, we've got 3 eggs to eat. Bad. It'll really depend on the luck. Someone asking if swamp apes are real. Yes, there are apes that live in swamps. That is 100% of a fact. But I think, I don't think great apes live in southern Florida or middle Florida. I don't think that's a thing. Then again, knowing Florida, there's bound to be someone that owns a bunch of gorillas there and let them loose at some point. America's weird, I've noticed. Boxed in. Some wood. I do need wood, but got a 2 copper. 2 copper is not a great start, but not a terrible one either. Let's see what we get from the other rocks. Trying to find the ladder down. Dodge the slimes to not get killed. I do not think we're getting a very good luck day this time around. Heavy. Don't see much copper here. Out just in case. Don't see copper, period. Lots of rocks, not much copper. And the rocks don't drop copper either. I have my doubt that things are gonna go my way with that pigtailed girl. Well, there's a bit more copper here. Oh, a lot of copper on this level. Let's see. It's a relief. I say that, but they drop like 1 per node. Ah. This is not a great start. Our run here. Don't have our copper. We don't have our earth crystal. I'm just gonna reset this one. Really don't think we're gonna get anywhere with this. Delete the game. Afro man. Afro, that is perfectly legitimate. This dog. Profit margin. And go. Go. Or standard start. Leap a couple times. Good mines. 0.3. Pretty good. I think that's about as optimized as I can get this particular bit done. Got 3 eggs again. Pretty much average once again. I'll take average. It's not a bad thing. Shouldn't even have bothered to grab that rock. That slowed me by, what, half a second? No foraging on the way. There's some foraging. Better to have them just in case. Cutscene. I'll sword because I don't need it. Oh, 2 nodes on level 1. It's already a very good start. 2 very good nodes on level 1 to be precise. Anything interesting this way? Just to check. Already at 6. Good start. Interesting. A quartz. Pretty pointless. Staying here, I do need the stone, so I'm gonna bang on a few of the rocks on the way. First floor was good, but the others are not that great. Pretty average, I would. And I got a geode. Anything? Bye. A ladder. Okay, floor 1 was good, but all the other floors have been rather terrible. A little bit more. One more. It's really not a lot. little bit more over there too. Still haven't found our earth crystal here. But we're going down at a steady pace, I would say. So it's not terrible yet. We haven't found our coal either. Bit of a worry. Well, there's a topaz. On the ladder down. This thing this way. Not particularly. Okay. We're missing 10 copper and the earth crystal. Not the worst start we've had. Okay, we've got our earth crystal. We're just missing the copper. Could be a lot worse, I guess. Go down. Ah, there's plenty of copper here. For the rich and the gentry, or whatever that song, however that song goes. Nodes are not paying out though. 1 per node is really not great. Leg left. It. Better. Missing 3. Not watering with. Missing 1. Yep. Got the rock, we've got the coal, we've got the copper, and we've got the earth crystal. We're just missing our wood. Should be able to get off this 3. Not bad. This. I think I'll have enough to even owe the ground at home. Good. Right. Talk to Pierre. Get our kale. Get started. We need to do the front of the house plus 2 squares. Since there's a rock in the way, I'll just do an extra. And I think I'll have enough energy to water everything. Just enough. Of course, if I waste energy, that won't be. Starting to feel the effects of being tired, but you can always do a little more actions right before you pass out. That was just enough to water it. The best would be not to get that level of mining. It would save you a couple seconds. Obviously, it's always good to save a few seconds, but I need to build furnace up of the copper. Egg. Got my eage, as the kids say. Fill up the watering can and water. Oh. Today, you're always hoping for a rainy day as usual in these situations. Nothing special there. All my chickens are going to be annoyed because I haven't been petting them, but you know, that's not important in what we're doing now. Don't know if anybody's chatting and it's just my chat that's not working or if I'm even live. Check YouTube after, I think. I think we're going to be about where the run normally goes, about 15 minutes. My reflexes are about always the same now for this particular section unless it's raining. So I water the crops the most on that side and then go and water the rest of it. It doesn't really change how long I have to play because I would have to refill my water can anyways. There's no way the watering can is enough for the 29 slots that I have to water. Well, no, it's enough for the 29, but it's not enough for 29 times 2. So just annoying enough. On rainy day. Nope. I think there's 50 watering units in the watering can. So technically, if I had only 25 pieces of kale, which is the optimal amount, I would be saving time. I'm starting to view ways of saving time. I haven't lost that much kale normally, and picking up the eggs give you some experience. So if you really need to, you can do it that way. It's a evaluation that I have to think of. Are not doing the greatest. And it is a very average run, is what I mean here. It's not bad, honestly, but in terms of anything else, everything else has been, you know, very, very on the nose, or how I would expect this particular run to go. All right. Scale going. Make my Mayo machine. Sleep. Ale percent is done. We're actually a little bit faster than sometimes. Of course, if I say drink Mayo. I think I thought like Pussycat. No, that's different. It's in that's our good friend what's his face? That's our friend Sylvester the cat. Uh, all right. I think I'm not gonna do more runs of this tonight. Anyways, there's not anybody really watching, so I'm just gonna go and play on my main save. Whereas we're getting to the end of summer on this one. I've made a mistake. I probably should have mass produced some wheat rather than what I am producing now, which is a vast amount of melons. Melons is the best value for money, but I would have needed the wheat to complete one of the bundles. So I am a bit puzzled here as to what I should do. I need 100 wheat flour, and I can buy it, but 100 wheat flour bought would be 100,000 gold, which is, I mean, it's not a huge amount of money once you get to the rough parts of the game, but at first it is a lot of money. What do I have on me right now? A lot of coal. Some trout soup. I've got ducks. That's the most important bit now. We've got ducks. Ducks are awesome. They make you even more money. Is she still building my barn, or is my barn done? If my barn's done, I have to go and start messing with that. I will need those eggs at some point, but eggs are so easy to get. I don't not worried about it. Go. That done. Ducks don't produce eggs every day, though. That's the big difference with ducks compared to chickens. Chickens produce an egg every day. Ducks produce one every 2 days or so. Got some more, just a little bit more wheat. I have like 5 or 10 wheat, something like that. Very small amounts. I should have mass produced it. That's 100% my bad. Got a few sprinklers now at least. Save me on time. There we go. Got a letter. Data on a correlation. He needs a fresh melon. Okay, Demetrius, I'll go get you a melon. That's not a huge issue. There, that I can sell. I'll make a little bit of money off of this today. This I want to keep. This I want to gift. Fed the cat. Water the plants. Water the cat, I mean. I think I've got my barn built. Yes, my barn is built. It's out of the way, but it's where I was able to build it, basically. Now I need 2 cows in it. Got the money for it? I am pretty sure. Is Marnie open on Saturdays? I think she is. Should just steal her cows. No, I'm not a cattle rustler, as they call it. What they call it. All right, let's cattle rustle. Cow. I want another cow. Cows are quite expensive, but they're really worth it, so. And purchase supplies. I will need a milk pail. I will need an eater. I do not need shears. I can close out of that. There, give a little flour to the little girl. I'm more friendly with her. Talk to her uncle, cousin. If Marnie's his aunt, I'm never good with like what's an aunt and what's a cousin and what's a. Oh, it's the trout tournament. There is a trout derby going on. Here for a prize. Okay, well I'll have to be fishing. What else did I want to do today? Nothing fancy. Except go set up my eater at the cows. Baby cows in the field eating tons of grass. That's what I want. Put the eater up. Milk pail. Well, that'll be useful when I have. And they're ready to go. All right. Well, let's go fish for rainbow trouts, I guess. An event. Nothing I need that's critical. I got to the bottom of the cave. Quick look. Okay. That guy's got a fish. I don't know if there's any special location that's better than other to get the fish, but my fishing level's pretty high, so. One rainbow trout. Whoa, this one's wild. Not be a rainbow trout, that's why. I missed that one. Maybe I should drink the soup. Yes, eat a trout soup. Pretty good buff. It's like a +2 to your fishing. Increases your got a ticket. Okay. I don't even know what you can do with the tickets, but oh, that's a pike. And the fact that you keep the fish is also pretty good because fishing, I can make a decent amount off fishing it. Chub. Another rainbow trout. Oh, I need to go fish over there now. Place where there's more fish. Let me fish like crazy. It improves the quality of the fish, I think. So I got a chest out of it on top of it. And a rainbow trout. With a diamond and aquamarine, I mean, I'll take it. What can you get for those tickets? I need to check it later. Okay. I guess it's get more and more tickets and get more and more rewards. Tent kit doesn't sound like a bad thing either. I mean, it's you're doing some deep diving in caves. It sounds like a pretty useful item. Oh, this one's a bit feisty. What are you? A pike. I think pike's the fish that gives you the most money right now, but I would want to get those rainbow trouts with the tickets. Yep. Go trout and another ticket. Oh, those might be sturgeons, actually. Oh, it's the river fish. If it's a river fish, it can't be a sturgeon. Sturgeon's a lake fish. Hey, David, how you doing? I am participating in the annual trout derby. It is a Dorado. Okay. I need to catch as many. I need to catch rainbow trouts, and some of them have tickets associated stuck on them. I do know that people in the U.S. do that. I've never seen that in Canada. Those kind of derbies or fishing competitions where there's a fish that's got something attached to it. That's max energy. Not worth using right now. I mean, I'll probably be making a decent amount off of the fish I'm fishing right now. Not quite sure what the... Oh, no, I need to... It's a little bit weird. I need to hit that little spot. There's a sweet spot in the water where the water is bubbly. That's where there's more fish, basically. So I have to be, even if it's not at max, I need to try to grab it there. Fish quality is better. Everything's better when there's one of those bubbly spots. So with my fishing level and me eating a trout soup, I think it's a pretty cool thing. I mean, I've seen fishing tournaments for bass, different types of bass, where it's just catch the biggest one and then release it. It's a catch and release kind of tournament. I've seen those, but I've heard of those tournaments where it was in the Red Green show actually that I saw it the first time, where they grab a fish, they tag it, and they drop it in the river or the lake, and you have to catch that fish. And some years nobody's able to catch the fish, and things get funny, and there's a lot of things that I don't know about fishing. Let's say I fished a little bit in my life, but never a whole lot. My kids got his fishing license today. Actually, it was a part of the school thing. Everybody that there was like a fishing safety slash fishing how to fish and everything course. And if you completed it, you could register your kid to get a free license, basically. And I just registered him for a free license. There's no reason not to. A free fishing license is a free fishing license, and it's good until he's 18. So he doesn't even have to renew it or do anything fancy. I think for us, it'd be something like $35 a year. We wanted to fish. I've fished, like I said, a little bit. Never was very good at it. I think most people fish for bass for those kind of tournaments because it's a common enough fish and it grows big and it actually is a bit of a fighter, let's say. I've got 3 tickets. Let's see what he gives me for 3 tickets. Wow, bait. Triple shot espresso. That is an amazing reward, however. A well-known fact that, oh, a quality sprinkler. Quality Sprinkler is also an awesome reward, I'll be honest. So it's probably from a pool of reward. The first thing I got was a tent kit, which allows you to sleep in the outdoors, which can be useful. Oh, I need to get that chest. Fly fishing, I've seen people do it, and I have no idea how it works. First time I saw, well, not the first time, but the time I saw fly fishing in like a bit of a fancier or different environment was in the Annabelle TV series. The main hero guy was fly fishing. That show was weird. It wasn't a bad show, but it was missing something, or it felt like it missed something. Then again, police procedurals, sometimes I have a hard time with, but that'll be useful when I'm going to fish for some of the really fancy fish, because there's some fancy fish I need to get. The lava heel that you have to fish out of the volcano, basically. That's a bit of a pain because he doesn't like being catched, basically. It lasted 3 seasons, I think, the Annabelle show. And they didn't have the rights to Clary Sterling because, as if I know you're on Midnight's Edge every once in a while, the rights to that are all over the place and it's really confusing. So they had the rights to Annabelle and the main character of one of the other movies slash the books, and it was really weird. But Mads Mikkelsen was playing Annabelle, and he was really good at it. Of course, he's very different from from Anthony Hopkins playing it, but he's supposed to be a little bit younger, like a younger version of Hannibal Lecter before he gets caught again by the police and everything. So it works. It's a weird show, made decent. I think it had decent ratings, but it didn't have enough appeal, and they canceled it after. Well, 3 seasons is not a bad run for a show. It also had Gillian Anderson that I hadn't seen since X Files in anything. I think she still looks really good for like her mid. In that show, I think she was in her mid 50s, and yeah, she was still looking really good for a lady in her mid 50s. Yodes. Treasure chests are really random. Sometimes you get like fantastic stuff in it, and sometimes it's quite bad. 3 seasons is forever on Netflix, but you have to remember on Netflix, 3 seasons, that's probably like 4 or 5 years, and it's 6 episodes per season rather than, an actual season. And it was in the first season of American Gods. I haven't seen American Gods. I read the books and I liked it, but I haven't seen the show. Heard the first season was good and the other were bad, but that's a classic nowadays, I guess. A lot of shows are like that nowadays. First season is good and the rest is bad. And they're supposed to have season 4 of Umbrella Academy being the trailer for that tomorrow dropping, and I'm like absolutely uninterested. I have never been more uninterested about something. No, they're Umbrella Academy is something that really dropped off. The comics are actually really cool, and I understand where the author's coming from and why he was also good when writing Doom Patrol. Well, at least selected to do Doom Patrol. Is Doom Patrol series was a little bit weird, and some people didn't like it, but I did. Um, but the TV show was just not good enough, especially not compared to the comics. The first season was decent and it didn't match the comic okay, so I was more or less okay with it. But the second season was terrible. It was everything that could have gone bad went bad in that second season. So, oh yeah, I need to go give a melon to Demetrius, but that's at any time. I don't need to. Not a time limited quest, so it's not difficult. And the third season of Umbrella Academy has nothing to do with the comics, so there's no good reason to. It really went sideways, and I absolutely, well, not absolutely didn't like it, but I don't didn't like it. I didn't. Hey Mobius, how you doing? It is the trout derby, so I have to try to catch trouts. Been a wasn't a very eventful day. I was expecting it to be busier than it was at work today because it was the day after Memorial Day. Most of our people are not in the U.S., but we do have U.S. people, so was expecting like people calling in for that, but no, it was pretty chill, and I did my regular work instead of the helping out that I do on busy days. Got to level up out of it. That's really useful. I do need to be like it's to catch the arter fish. The there's a carp in the desert that I need to catch. Carp totem farm. That's 3 of them. Pretty good. Hey Willie, you want a trout? Here, give him a trout. That's unusual. Is there a reason why they came up? Well, came down early, I should say. Sounds like a weird thing to do. Come down to the U.S. early with a bad Canadian dollar. The biggest problem is that a Canadian dollar is terrible right now. That also limits me as to what I want to do. I'm gonna be frank. I need a couple of. I'll probably have to fix up more of the fence later. Oh, there's more bits that are broken here. I have to build. The stone fences last longer, but not gonna waste my stone right now is the thing. This I want to keep. This I want to keep. This I'll set it up later. I want to keep. It's I can sell those. Geodes I can process. That's some. Been warmer than usual. It hasn't been too weird here, at least. From what I noticed, at least. There was a week where it was really warm. That's for sure. But gonna cat. Cat, move. Clear and sunny. Well, just my luck. I wanted it to rain. Deluxe, worm bin, barbed hook, dress spinner. Those are useful. How much am I making today? Ooh. Oh, 4,000 bucks just in fish. Pretty good. Learn a recipe, the Mackie roll. Okay. Better tomorrow is gonna rain all day. It's not a storm, but a rain. It's not bad. Okay, I've got melon growing here. Sprinklers are really useful. They save you a bunch of time. But even if they save me a bunch of time, they're very resource intensive as well. You have to balance it out a little. The best setups for most farms is sprinklers everywhere, basically. Maybe I shouldn't be mass producing melons like I am, but melons make you a shitload of money, my wife says. So I will trust her on this. That I can sell. The ops, I don't. Nope. Yeah. Basically, the fence is going bad. That's where I'm. Having to do fence maintenance. I don't think there's any fence that's permanent, so. And you don't really need a fence. There's no what do you call those? Um, there's no fox or anything trying to eat your animals. So, whereas if there was a fox, no, chickens are not that bad. Ducks can mess up other animals pretty bad. If there's a rooster around, the rooster is a really nasty fella. Got eggs. Got our mayo. Got duck eggs now. Duck eggs give you duck mayo, and duck mayo is worth even more money. Greenhouses are cool, but they do require a lot of work. So I'm depending on, well, of course you're semi-retired / retired, so in your case it's not that bad. I've seen little like plastic greenhouses that some people add that look okay, at least for me. Oh. What I'm starting to think is that I need to start building preserve jars. Those are the real big money maker in this game. That and wine kegs. There is a reason for the. There's at least one reason for the fence, so that you can easily find your animals. Because I have no idea where the other cow went. Did I lose a cow? No, it's over there. Okay. Wandering around like a good cow. Okay, I'm gonna build a bit of a farm, a bit of a fence for this. 5 of those and 8. Here. Oh, I can't put the... At least the cows don't run around too much, I guess. Cow, go back in, cow. And there's a spot where I can't put fencing. Why can't I put fencing here? I already had put one. Okay. Oh, I can't. Here, it doesn't want to. Clear out a bit. There. And I don't even need the cows to be fully enclosed. I think it would be better to not be fully enclosed. I can actually go and run things around. Getting a whole bunch of money as one advantage that I just remembered. I'll be able to start upgrading things a bit more. Oh, I wanted my melon. Talk to Demetrius. There's a few things I need to do actually from Ohm. Bird crystal, not super useful. Iron, not super. It's raining tomorrow. Oh, Alex is going to work at the ice cream stand. Back home. My wife tried to make preserves. It kind of worked. It's the short-term preserves, not the long-term ones. Kind of worked. Okay, what I want is a melon. Here, which kind? And 5 copper bars. Take my copper out because that left. I'll need. Okay. I need to eat more tomato sandwiches, I think, because I do need to stop being so pudgy, basically. If it's raining tomorrow, what I can do is tell him to upgrade my watering can. That is a very important upgrade. Talk to the people on the way. In order to get, like, the real end goal of the game is that second year. At the end of the second year, you get an evaluation by your ghost grandpa and trying to... So in order to get the best rewards, you need to have restored the community center and be friends with most people in town. Which, as you can see, is what I am trying to do. Demetrius is probably at home. Probably. No, he is not. Where is your husband, woman? Chatting with a friend. Got kid. The developer. I feel bad for him. He's a developer. Okay, I'm going to go check where Demetrius is on Sundays. Oh, I should go check the... There's a few things I need to check. There's so many Little things I need to do in this game. Mountain west of the community center. Okay. Maybe I should have brought my triple espresso. Makes you run real fast. What coffee does to people in this game. Makes you run fast. Demetrius, where you at? There he is. Here, I've got a melon for you. That's what you wanted. Gonna need it for his research. Yes, of course, that's what you want a melon for. RV. Trying to think what my optimal things would be here. I just fished a whole lot the day before, so it's not. And I could fish again today. It's not a bad thing to do, but. Go. I'm looking for some. There's some stuff that is in the ground that would be useful. I have a feeling I'll need wood. I have a feeling I'll need stone. Like that is okay at least. Cat is meowing. I am going to get myself a little bit of. The funniest thing about Linus is at some point, I mean, when you're high enough in friendship where you would normally be able to ask someone to marry you or something like that, he basically tells you, no, I don't want to live in a house. I'm a happy mountain man. And he's unlike a lot of people who are homeless. He is happy about it. Well, there's good reasons why. And it is a pretty nice place to live, Stardew Valley, from what we've seen, at least up till this point. And the weirdest thing you're gonna have to deal about is a weird wizard that lives in a hut. So I think it's his level. I think it's his level 8 event where you're like, yeah, come live with me, like you would with almost all the other characters, where you can either ask to marry them or come live with you if it's Krobus. No, in this case, he's just like, no, I'm perfectly happy living my own life in a tent out there, being a mountain man and doing my mountain man things, which is commendable in a way. It's a weird way to say it, but you need to make a worm bin and then you make a deluxe worm bin. Okay. Make targeted bait. Okay. Bombs. It's the preserve jars I need. Stone, wood, coal. That's going to burn a whole lot of my stone. That's where this hurts. Okay, it burned through my coal faster than anything else, so it's not as bad as it could have been. There's coal. Can actually produce coal out of wood. Not a bad thing. 7 preserve jars. Well, that's a lot of money. A lot of potential money, basically. The best way to deal with best place to put preserve jars in your home, right next to your bed. Grab the lamp and put it like here, I guess. That's fine. And then you put stuff in the preserve jars. there's another bit of fencing that went out the window. Place it. What do I have that I can preserve? Melons. Got science. I've got one more thing I can preserve. A squash. That's another nice thing to preserve, I guess. Put the stuff in the preserve jar. And over time, it will transform into preserves. The wine takes longer to make, and I don't think I've got the recipe to make the casks yet. I don't remember how you get that. Oh, we got a mystery box out of that tree that I just cut down. I was also when I first got the event with Linus, where I tell him like, yeah, you can come live with me. I was like, yeah, Linus is cool. I want him in my house. It's fine. It's fine. And he's like, nope, I don't want to. Exactly. You don't know when you want some pickled beets in the middle of the night. I mean, when you get a wife and she gets pregnant, that's going to be an important thing to have. That and ice cream. So better fill me up back up on wood. Not a bad thing. My skill level with the axe and the fact that I've got the iron axe makes me cutting those trees real easy. Think you can have up to 2 kids in the game? Or I need another fencing bit. It's raining the next day, so I don't have to fight with much the next day. I'll check the everythings. All my animals have food as well, so I'll play one more day. Far less profitable day. But still not bad. Making $1,000. Well, making $1,000, but then you have to remember that a beer's 400. So clear and sunny tomorrow. Going to the mines is not essential. Okay. Speaking of tomato sandwiches, got more tomatoes here. Hops to make delicious beer. Yay, beer. Form. Squashes. I think the squashes do sell for a decent amount, so they're good at keeping. The rest I can sell. There's a cooking recipe, fried mushrooms. Did I say AS400? I think some things at work still do AS400, but not a whole lot. In my previous work, there was still AS400 as well for the pager system for the people who bought and processed pagers. Because there's still people in the world that have pagers. I know it's surprising. It surprises me at least. I don't read all of that. All right. How's the fencing there? There's one bit that's 4 bits that's broken. Ugh. I'll grab my fencing. I hope in real life that a fence lasts more than half a year. Oh, my fence is different than it was. It's okay. I've got an egg incubating for one of the chicken too. I need to pile up the eggs at some point. Not essential, just check. The ducks can also give you duck feathers. And duck feathers sell for a decent amount. You need them for a few other things as well. I'm gonna go and pet the cows. Little baby cows. I don't know how long cows take to mature. But if they eat the bluegrass, it counts as 2 days, and the bluegrass is really useful. I'll take it. All right. And go to Clint's. Break that parcel and there's very few people in your category that would say they would rather not have a cell phone. I didn't have a cell phone for a bit of time, though, on my side. I wasn't sold on it. And I had a BlackBerry, and since then, well, I don't even have the a home phone anymore. Everything's done on the cell phones, so I go with my cell phone. Fish today, I guess. Could get more wood. The GPS function on cell phones are really useful. I mean, I didn't like the ad from our friends at Apple where they like squished a whole bunch of thing under a press and then the pop came out the iPhone. But I understand what they mean by it. Oh yeah, this guy over there, here, he sells you a pendant where you can the pendant you use to get married. That's his entire role in the game is to give you a pendant to get married. If you do a lot of hiking, having a GPS is pretty useful. And the GPS on the phone is, I would say, about as good as a regular handheld GPS. So, not many bad reasons to have one. Well, I needed red snappers in the past, but I've got that complete. Are they necessary? I don't think so. I don't think anything you have nowadays is really necessary for this. I mean, if you don't have a home phone, having at least a basic cell phone is not a bad idea, but you don't really need a smartphone. At least not for everyone. Prehistoric tool. Okay, that's special. And I'm pretty sure there's people that don't even want a home phone. There's bound to be people. There's bound to still be people who have pagers who are not firefighters or doctors. It's about the only people who really have those anymore. One of the biggest advantage of the pager system is that pagers are not um, on a digital network, so they're almost impossible to be completely out of contact. So that's why firefighters still have them. But, I was looking at chat and not in my fishing. Oh, well, that's a kingfish. Ah, that didn't work. There's a few legendary fishes that you can catch. If you catch them, you're better to put them in. You can have an aquarium in your house. Right now, my house is too small for everything that I have got in it, so I need to get some money and upgrade my house. I think I'm at that point now. I sold cell phone for like 14 years of my life or whatever. So I can't be too against them. In the end, it was my job. But I mean, some people are just way too obsessed with them. So that's another problem. People getting a new iPhone every year and everything like that. That's beyond me. And I hate that all the companies, they're always pushing those iPhones, those big Samsungs, things like that, when most people could live with a very mid-range average cell phone and it would just work just fine. I mean, the phone I have is considered mid-range and it's like way more powerful than I need. I listen to music on it. I watch videos every once in a while. That's about it. I don't even game on my cell phone anymore. Used to. What are you saying, fish? Saying you don't want to get caught? I am trying. I'm trying. Ooh, down. Went up. Oh, that's a legendary fish, so it is supposed to be hard to catch. No. I understand people who don't want to be available 24/7 either. I mean, it's not for everyone. At my job, if I was a step up, whoa, another legendary fish back. If I was a step up from where I am at work, I would need to be available 24/7 every once in a while, basically every couple of weeks. I'd be the one in charge of the cell phone. So work is work, life is life. Go with that. Jewel of the Sea. Okay, just free experience. I'll take free experience. That's a great idea. My fishing's at 8 now, I think. 8 or well, yeah, I think it's 8. I'm getting where it's very long to level it up, but I need it at 10 if I want to be able to catch the scorpion carp, the lava heel, the blobfish, the octopuses. Not sure what you're supposed to call them in English. If it's a group of octopi or octopuses, octopuses, fried starfish. Okay, that's another artifact. And the worst thing about the cell phone right now is that when there's one of those Amber Alert or I can't remember what the name of the alert is for old folks. They've invented a new alert for old folks when old folks get lost, basically. And then your phone just starts going burp, 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 burp. And you're like, whoa, what the hell's going on? And you're on a call with a customer or a user and it starts doing that and you're like, what the hell's going on? And you have to explain that, oh yeah, it's just, don't worry, it's just a bunch of kids that are lost in the wood or whatever. Octopi, if there's more than once, I'm pretty sure it was octopi. I feel bad catching octopus though. Octopuses are awesome. Octopi are awesome. Squids, no, I've got no problem catching squids. Squids are dumb. Squids are terrible. Octopus is awesome. But if you look at octopus and what they're doing in captivity, it just starts being crazy. What was it that one did? They were wondering, the aquarium was wondering why number of their fish kept disappearing every evening or so, or every couple days. There were some fish missing out of some of the tanks. They didn't know what was going on. They start looking at the security camera during the middle of the night just to see what's going on. One of the octopus just decided to crawl out of the tank they're in, get out, crawl across the floor because they can, as long as their skin is wet, they can survive in the air. So they cross across the floor, get to the other tank, grab a fish, eat it, go back to their tank before they could They could catch it. I was like, this is crazy. They can apparently unscrew lids from the inside. I knew they could unscrew it from the outside, but I mean, with the suction cups, they can grab it from the inside and twist them. That's a basic thing that they do, but they're very, very, very intelligent for a you know animal without a backbone. But 8 brains, so that's probably the 8 brains that make the big difference. Because they've got a central brain and a nervous node in each of the tentacles. So it's not really 8 brains, but they've got like something that they can use to really move each of the limbs independently. There's a few cool stories about octopus. Squids, not really. Squids are just really, really just very basic, floaty things that get eaten by all sorts of things. Squids get cool when they're like 20 to 30 feet long. At that point, I think they start being cool because they're really huge. But then there's sperm whales start hunting them or something like that at that size. The one reason why we're not being overrun by octopus and they're not taking over the world is because the females die when they give birth. Well, not when they give birth. After their eggs hatch, they basically die from, not eating, not doing anything. So they're not able to pass on most of their knowledge. If you put them in captivity, they are starting to pass on knowledge. Not as well as humans would, obviously, but still really impressive. They're aliens. It was in Live, Die, Repeat. Well, the original version of that movie by Tom Cruise, the Japanese version. The aliens, what the aliens do in that movie, well, that book originally is they send drones on a planet to terraform it. And what they do is they take a life form and they use that as their basis to start building the new environment. The problem is when they land on Earth, well, they can't really rebuild the environment and everything. But what they took as their form was starfish originally. It was a cool concept. The book itself is okay. The movie is also pretty okay. I mean, it's a Tom Cruise action movie with aliens and robots and stuff like that. So it's nothing special, but it's not terrible. I mean, I think I got it on DVD for like $10. So there's a few movies like that. Tom Cruise might be crazy, but he is the last superstar. He is literally the last of that particular breed of actors, I think. I don't think anybody's bound to replace him either. So get that legendary fish fairly often now. So that's means my level's decent, but I don't have the best fishing rod yet. And my stats are not maxed out for fishing and stuff like that, as there's other ways of improving your fishing. We're watching Jet Li's The One. That certainly was a movie. There's no other way around it. I don't think there's another way of saying that what that movie was. It definitely was a movie. I don't think it was bad. It was pretty okay, I guess. But the concepts in it are a bit weak. Jet Li's really old now, I think. I think he's in his 60s, so not in the greatest of shape, especially with all the beatings he took in his life, you know. Like when you see Jackie Chan nowadays, you're kind of surprised at how he looks. He doesn't look like he's in the greatest of shape anymore. Oh, I've seen way worse movies, that's for sure. So many bad movies nowadays. I think it's going to be the last bit. Actually, I want to try fishing past 9 because I think there are some fish that you can only catch past 9. Well, there is that legendary fish again. Keep stealing my bait. I mean, with all the action scenes and the doing your own stunts that he did, that Jackie Chan did, it's a wonder he's still alive at this point. Of course, the Chinese Communist Party is, backing him quite a bit. I've caught a super cucumber. See, I knew I could get something special in there. I found broken glasses. Okay, the broken glasses are not as exciting as the super cucumber. Don't think I need the super cucumber for anything, though, in this run. Sometimes you need it for some of the bundles. And I literally blew through, an entire energy bar of fishing. So that I hope the rewards are going to be worth it. The super cucumber I probably want to keep, and if I make myself a fish pond, because it's a thing you can build, the super cucumber is worth it if I remember right. It can give iridium, it can give some of the fancy things. Okay, I am going to fall unconscious from fishing. Probably be better going home now. I think you need those seaweeds and stuff to make said fish ponds. I'd have to check the actual, not recipe, but requirements for the fish pond. Looks like decent weather for fishing. Well, what do you think I did all day, Willie? With a name like Willie, you were wondering if he didn't smoke pot all day, but it's, it's a different Willie. One that is still a national treasure. We'll go with that. All right, fish. That I don't need, 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 don't need. This I want to keep. This I want to keep. This I want to keep. The red snapper roe. I think I can sell it. It'll make me some money. Broken glasses I can turn into something in the recycling machine. Gonna do that. Those got 2 artifacts. Got some. Did I save my seaweed anywhere? Got some algae, not seaweed. Here. Oh no, I did keep some. The super cucumber I will put, especially since if it's gold, can use that for a few things. Any broken bits in my... Pretty sure I replaced all of the fence by now. All right, that'll be it for today. Still going to do the usual of looking what the next day look like. Pretty decent payout. Oh. Copper water can is ready. I'll have to go pick it up. Fortune teller is I could go to the mine. That's what it said. Melons are growing. Not a whole lot of stuff I can grab. Hello, Nathaniel. Unfortunately, I'm about done with the stream. I'm just doing the last checkup before I go and turn off. Just want to check what I got for today. A bit of eggs. Still maturing. I just want to go check the cows quick. I don't know if the cows are mature or not yet. I want to be sure. I think those are still baby cows. I'm sorry, I start streaming normally around 7, and I stop streaming around 8:30. So I'm really happy that you're enjoying my Battletech videos. And I can play another day. It's not like it's killing me here, and I don't think I've got anything that I'm really in a hurry for. All right. Do I need anything? I don't have my watering can, so I can't water any of my plants. That's a bit of a bummer. Pepper, pepper, pepper. I can reap some beef. Where did I put the wheat? Here. See, I've got like 4 bits of wheat. I don't have enough wheat to be any use, fortunately. Oh no, I've got more wheat here. I can put that aside. All crops. That year. Deluxe bait. I don't think I'm gonna be fishing today. That's all I did the day before. Farming +2, speed +1. That's cool. Don't need it, but that's cool. I've got 2 things to go give at the museum. Oh. Actually did some Battletech stuff at the start of this stream. I was thinking of that. I needed to get some of my stuff underway for posting for the rest of the week for the website. So, okay, I can donate to the museum. Dried starfish and a weird artifact. Just need to go get my watering can. Open up. Open up, Clint. Come on. There we go. A copper watering can. Much better than a regular watering can. Not sure I've got that. I think I've got it, though. Yes, I did play the old Battletech games a while back, I would say. I actually talked about it on the stream yesterday. I remember, and I wanted to replay them, and I don't know if there's an easy way of doing it to replay them. Crescent Ox Revenge was not as good as I remembered when I watched someone do a playthrough of it. But Crescent Ox Inception is the one I'd really want to try again because it's a really hard game, and I would want to replay it just to see if I'm better than I was, when I was 8, 9 years old, basically. There's actually there's a few things I wanted. Now I can water 3 squares at a time. Huge improvement. It does make a pretty good difference on, depending on how you've set up your farm, basically, it makes a big difference. Have a good evening, David. I hope you have a good time tomorrow as well. Don't know if you're modding on any of the puppet channels anytime soon. I would need to watch the puppets more. They're usually nice. Just the fact that you get more water capacity in the watering can is a huge advantage here. Go. I think I made a mistake. Oh, I didn't. Sold anything that I didn't intend on keeping. Okay, good. Copper is good to go. I might need wood and stone. I'll check. The fencing is almost broken. Take care of the fencing. One more fence, actually. Fence? Oh no, I need two. I need two. Silly me. There you go. There's many of the MechWarrior games. I mean, the first one on DOS, I mean, is incredibly complex for what it is. It shouldn't be as complex as it is. Oh no, it's the day where she goes and does exercise with the other moms in town. It's always the days where I want to do something that the people aren't there. All right, then. Well, that does mean I can go talk to all the women in town in one spot. MechWarrior 2 has a bit of a story and it's more reasonable, but it is a bit of a rough game around the edges still. Squid Kids. What level are the Squid Kids on? That wouldn't be a bad quest to do, to be honest. Squid Cod. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Squid Kid. Squid Kid. Ooh, okay, they're at the bottom of the month. Level 91 to 199. Okay, yeah, they're really at the bottom of the mountain. Dangerous fellas. Talk to the mayor. Talk to the merchant. Go talk to all the wives doing their weekly jazzercise and everything. Steps, dancing, jumping rope. I guess they're all doing some what do you call that? Oh, I haven't got any food on me though. I'm gonna do a few there. Don't want to lose this either, so I better. Gonna go check the Adventurers Guild first. Actually, I don't go there very often. Does he have anything worth buying now that I'm deeper in? The Lava Katana is one of the best sword in the game. Pretty darn expensive. That would be better than my bone sword, but that would break the amount of money I have. Sneakers. Leather boots is what I have. Tundra boots. Combat boots. Firewalker boots. Space boots. Fancy. I need 10k to upgrade the house, so I could buy the fancy boots. That's what it's telling me. Better than my leather boots, that's for sure. Here you've got what you need to kill to get rewards. 50 skeletons, 200 bats, 150 void spirit, 1,000 slimes, 30 something, 500 dust sprites, rock crabs. There's a bunch of enemies I still haven't beaten. And Gil is just like, eh. I need to kill 1,000 monsters to get in and get that box over. Okay. That's a squirrel, that's not a monster. Each MechWarrior game, if you ever get into MechWarrior thing, each MechWarrior game is very different from the next. MechWarrior 5 is the most recent one, and it's perfectly balanced. It's a way to say it, I guess. It's honestly not bad, but it a lot of people say that it's missing something, and I can't get a little bit of food. I think that it's cave carrots. That's perfect. I like it, especially with all the expansion packs. It's a pretty decent game for MechWarrior 5. MechWarrior 4 is the one most people seem to enjoy the most. That's okay with me. I wasn't a huge fan of it when it came out, but I think it's some of the expansions again that were that sold people on it. On my end, MechWarrior 3 I played a lot when I was in late high school. Whoa! That was unexpected. Ow! Those slimes just destroyed me. Lost money, fertilizer, and my cave carrots. And I'm out of everything. Money's not the end of the world. The cave carrots is not the end of the world. Fertilizer I got for free anyways. Yeah. And most of the time I just restart the day, but I mean I haven't done anything today that's really fancy, so oh, I didn't even do the old egg things today. Not the not my best day, to be honest. MechWarrior 3 is probably one of the ones that's the closest to tabletop, I would say. But it still suffers from a bit of the same issues as the as the other ones. It's still a little bit. It's very gamey. Yeah, it's very gamey. It's a gamer's game. MechWarrior 2 was okay-ish, I guess, for that. 5 is pretty far from tabletop. It doesn't behave like tabletop at all for most things, so it's not a good representation of it, but it's a fun game to just game. So. Clear next day. Got 1 melon. Berries I've got. Today wouldn't be not a bad day. I did terrible, but all right. And today I'd be able to go and get my house upgraded, which is what I wanted to do in the first place the day before. All right, well, I hope everybody has a very nice rest of your day. A good evening. I thank you very much. And I will see everybody.